Hey, welcome to TK Talks. I'm Kay, and this
This
is
is
T.
T.
Today we're going to be talking about gaming.
Yep.
Sorry, guys, if it sounds like I'm a little under the weather. I am, unfortunately. Just a little bit. Getting better.
Yep. I was sick for a week or so, and now Caleb's been sick, so it's been a little bit in between our last episode, but we're going to be okay. So we'll get through this, and we'll get back to doing regular episodes.
Yeah, stupid COVID's got a hold of me.
Is it actually COVID? I didn't realize it was COVID.
Yeah,
Oh, fun.
yeah, it's legit COVID.
Oh. I got lucky. I haven't had COVID yet, so
This is my third time having it, so that's been fun.
I've gone through COVID so many times, and all of my friends have had it, and families had it, and everybody's had it, but I've never had it. So maybe I'm that
Yeah,
one in a
no,
million who's actually immune to it or something. I don't know.
yeah, no, this is my third time catching this. Not fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because now for work, I gotta go to work next week wearing a mask all week.
Yep, I can understand that. So,
But
Caleb, what do you think about this Blizzard Activision deal from Microsoft? Huh?
oh, I've been a fan of it since day one, since I've heard about it.
Well, I know you have.
It's honestly, it's gonna do a lot of good for competing against other companies.
Yeah.
I know the FTC's kind of getting on my nerves with how many times they're gonna try and block this stupid thing.
Well,
Just let it go.
it's really gonna throw Microsoft up on top, but when it comes down to it, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, honestly, it'll bring more content to more users and just broaden the horizons of gaming when it comes to Xbox and PC alike. So I like the idea.
Yeah. Oh, I love the idea, but
My
it's more like for me, the FTC, and they're constantly wasting our taxpayer money by, you know, going after this when they don't have a case.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, it's been kind of a crazy deal. The only concern that I have is, you know, I absolutely love my Blizzard games. I was born and raised on Blizzard games. I played Warcraft back in the day, the original Diablo, Diablo 2, StarCraft, World of Warcraft. I mean, I love the RTS games and all that. And I remember back in the day when Microsoft took over Bungie, and I was a huge Halo fan. And I remember the Halo franchise. I mean, while the franchise itself has grown with the newer generation and everything else, I remember the games that came out shortly after they took over Bungie was they came out and they weren't as good. They weren't as crisp as the old ones. Halo 1 and 2. But it is what it is. I'm excited for them to move forward. I just hope they don't mess up, my favorite RTS games from my childhood, with the new ones that are going to come out eventually.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. um, so that being said, what do you think about the Call of Duty games coming
Call
over on Game Pass?
I mean, I have absolutely no problem with that. First person shooters, absolutely. Send them all over. All of the Call of Duty. I mean, I started playing Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2 and that was my first experience with like online gaming, online PC gaming with Call of Duty 2, you know. And
Right.
I've been playing those for years and years and years. I haven't played the newest title that they've come out with because it seems like they come out with a new title every 6 months, which has
Yeah.
been kind of crazy. And it's like I'm not going to keep up with that. I'm good. I'll stick to the ones that I like. But I played the
Right.
heck out of the World War II ones. Call of Duty World War II. Back in the day, I used to play World at War when Nazi Zombies first came out. And those things were just fantastic. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed them. Played them on Xbox 360. Played them on PC. You know, it's been a good time. So I love the Call of Duty franchise. When Blizzard and Activision merged, it was not that long ago. I knew that was a real good thing. You know, heck, it was probably 5 years ago now, but seems like it wasn't that long ago. So.
Yeah, no. I personally like that idea. And honestly, if you listeners don't have Game Pass, I'd highly suggest getting it because you play a monthly subscription for Game Pass and you get these games for free.
Oh yeah.
Compared to going to the store and buying them outright at $70 a pop.
Yep.
It's definitely something to look into if you don't have Game Pass.
For sure. I know that some of the Blizzard titles, like StarCraft 2, you know, some of the older titles, I think Diablo 2, Diablo 3, even now, they're free just on Battle.net. If you download the Battle.net app on your PC, you can get those guys for free. I'm sure you have to spend money on them to play them on Xbox, though, right now. That's what I'm saying.
I also heard, and this is a rumor I heard, that as soon as the deal finalizes, a ton of games are going to hit Game Pass like that minute.
Yeah, they're expecting quite a few games to hit right away. Probably like the more popular titles, and then I was reading that they are planning more of the older titles are going to hit Game Pass by the first quarter of 2024. So, January, February, March, right in that area, we're going to see a huge influx of Blizzard games, assuming that everything goes right and the FTC doesn't get their way.
Right. Dude, I'm tired of them.
Yep, they've been going crazy. If the UK goes ahead and approves it, tomorrow, Friday the 13th, then...
well, they already pre-approved it already.
Yep.
And Microsoft had to turn around and reorganize the deal for them just to pre-approve it.
Yeah. Yes,
but, it's like they're worried about, and the FTC pointed this out in the court case when they were in the court trying to stop it, that they're worried they're more, excuse me, sorry. They're more worried about the Sony. They're more worried about Sony than they are about the consumers. And the judge is like, well, we're not talking about Sony. We're talking about the consumers. Is it going to hurt them, not Sony?
Yeah, well, when you really think about, one company monopolizing an area, or even, giving themselves a foothold to monopolize a certain, class or certain item, like the gaming world, the gaming market, yeah, them acquiring Activision Blizzard is them acquiring, Microsoft just getting another chunk of that market, and it's another piece of ammunition that they can use to try to take games away from Sony. So that's why a lot of it's just anti-monopolization laws, trying to keep things competitive. That's why they have to have approval and seek approval for it. They have to be able to prove that the market will continue to be as competitive as it's going to be, without them controlling it.
Right. Well, and 40 countries already gave it an approval.
Oh, yeah.
We're just waiting on this final word from the CMA.
Yep. Most countries that aren't at least capitalist nations aren't really concerned with monopolizing. So they see the benefits of it, that it's going to bring more games to a public, and more ideas and everything else, and they seem to like that. They seem to enjoy it, so they're going to go for it. Same as you and me, Caleb.
Well, and I also thought I heard something about they're also going to try and bring Call of Duty to Nintendo Switch too.
Well, that's different. I didn't even know Nintendo
Right?
Switch could play Call of Duty.
I'll have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
No, I don't doubt it. I mean, they're going to try to sell their games as to the largest crowd that they can. I know Blizzard Activision would absolutely probably have talks with, obviously they're doing it with Sony, but they'll have talks with Nintendo. They'll have talks with, they're already in talks with Google and all of that, putting Call of Duty on, the mobile devices. So I have no doubt that there are any ways to make money that they can scrounge. They'll be able to do it. They'll shoot for it.
So, ultimate question. Do you think the deal will close Friday, tomorrow?
I think that if it closes tomorrow, it's either going to be late in the day or it's going to be like Monday or Tuesday. That would be my guess. It depends on what comes up right towards the end.
The deadline is Friday.
It is Friday. Well, then I guess only God knows. I can't tell the future, Kay.
I have a feeling it will close for a couple of reasons. One, the fact that the FTC is now desperately trying again to block this deal. And I've heard more about people entering more stock into Microsoft now and Activision.
Oh, yeah.
Now that the date is getting closer. And I also sense Sony and Microsoft already gave out a contract to them both about putting Activision in general, Call of Duty games on Game Pass for like 10 years for it being on PlayStation as well.
Wow.
They did that contract a while ago.
Wow. That's crazy.
And that was before the CEO, Jim Ryan, stepped down. He stepped down a couple of days ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's no longer the CEO of PlayStation anymore. He retired.
That's incredible. He said,
and
I'm washing my hands. I'm walking away.
Clearly, I'm not winning this one, so I'm going to just quit altogether.
Yep.
But yeah, no, he retired a few weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, actually.
That's crazy. Absolutely amazing.
So, the fact that he stepped down, they made this deal before he stepped down for 10 years on PlayStation for Call of Duty games. And the fact that, like I said, the FTC is trying to one more desperate push to try and block it.
Yep.
To me, that just spells, and people are still pouring stuff into.
People are going to pour money
stock
into whatever they think that's going to work, and this would be definitely beneficial. I mean, the stock for the if I was holding a bunch of Blizzard Activision stock right now, I'd be pretty excited that Microsoft was going to take over.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Blizzard Activision in recent history and all the negative publicity that they've had around racism and sexism and all the bad office practices and stuff. They've had a lot of negative publicity about them recently. And I feel like if they merge with Microsoft's not going to put up with that stuff. They're going to really crack down on that. They're going to do things the right way, the way that they've been doing things for a very long time. And they're going to, hopefully pay everybody equally and get Blizzard out of that rut that they're in, from a social standpoint and social media standpoint. So,
well, in my eyes too, Microsoft has the power and the tools to go, oh, you need this and this and this? Here, take this.
Oh, you need more employees to help you finish out StarCraft 3? Okay, here you go. Oh, you need
Right.
$200 million? Okay, here you go. I feel the same way. I think it'll really help in the long run. Like I said, I just hope they don't mess up my RTS games, man. I really like my RTS games.
Right. But, it's like I was saying, it's stuff like that that makes me think that, yes, the deal is going to happen tomorrow.
Yep.
They're going to come up with the agreement, and Microsoft's going to own Activision Blizzard.
Sweet. I hope so.
Because
For our
this
gaming
is this,
sake, on our, well, you for Xbox and me for PC, I hope so.
right? Well, and this ordeal has been going on for over 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
it's
just
been
like, really, guys?
it's been a long time in the
Talk about
making.
dragging something out.
It happens.
But, yeah, no. So, yeah, no, I really do think that it is going to close tomorrow.
Nice.
That's my personal opinion on that.
Yep. That's awesome. It's a good opinion. I hope that
Um,
it does.
but so I was playing a Way Out with one of my high school buddies.
Yeah.
Dude, that game is so cool.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Heard it's actually
It
a really fun one. I haven't been able to play it yet, but
um we need to see if it's cross-platform, and then if that's the case, we should be able to get on and play it.
yeah, I'm sure we probably could. I think pretty much
Um,
the Xbox app is cross-platform, so
right.
just playing in that way.
But no, it shows you, like, when you first begin the game, one of the players are already in prison, and the other one is about to go to prison for like 15 or 16 years or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then you end up finding out a little later in the line, when you're still in the prison, you find out what he's in there for.
Hmm.
But no, you actually have to work together to escape it.
Nice.
And it shows like a split screen.
Yeah.
So you could see what your player's doing, but you can also see what the other player's doing.
Well, that's funny. That takes me back to the old days of gaming. We're sitting there, playing against your friends, but you're all playing on the same TV. I don't kids
Right.
nowadays will never. I feel like they'll never have that experience of the split screen multiplayer. You got four kids sitting around an Xbox, and each person has a tiny little square of the TV. And screen surfing was a real thing, man, back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah. Absolutely. But like, if you're in the middle of a conversation on your end, on your side,
Yep.
and I start up a conversation, you hear both conversations.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a really legit, really fun game.
That's awesome.
It like, there's a point where you're on your way out, you're in the middle of breaking out, and there's two walls, and your two players put their arms, like, wrap their arms behind each other,
Yeah.
like you're back to back, and you literally have to simultaneously hit the X button,
Huh.
and they'll actually climb up that wall.
That's great.
And if one player goes up too high compared to the other one, you will fall and have to restart.
No, that's crazy. That sounds like a fun one.
Yeah, it's really pretty cool. Like, there's doors that you have to open together. There's doors you have to smash open together.
That's cool. It sounds like a good cooperative gameplay.
Yeah, if I suggest anything to Microsoft, do more games like that.
Yeah. Co-op games have always been some of my favorites. They're just, it's a good time. You get to sit down with your friends and play a game that's just, it's fun for both of you. You're not always pitted against each other. I mean, there's nothing wrong with some good competitive nature with your friends, but having those co-op games are really bonding. I feel like it's a lot more fun.
Yeah. Well, and like that, like I said, dude, that game is just so much fun. Where me and my buddy are in the middle of playing it right now, and we had to actually stop because it was like 1:30 in the morning. He's like, "It's 1:30 in the morning. I need to go." I was like, "This is normal for me. Since I work nights, this is normal for me."
That's funny.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I have a feeling that Activision deal is closing tomorrow.
Yep. I
Can't
hope
give
that
a
it does.
time frame when I think it's going to close because as well with this deal, the way it's been so wonky, it's just I was like, yeah, I have a feeling it's closing tomorrow, but because of this deal, it's been up and down, yay, nay,
Yep.
no way to tell which way it was going. Can't give an actual time frame.
No, that's for sure. It's one of those things. You just gotta let it happen.
So,
We'll sit here, twiddle our thumbs until it goes through, or it doesn't go through.
right.
So pray that it
How's
does.
uh
But
how's Starfield treating you? Have you been playing that?
it's been fun, man. I've really enjoyed that game. Yeah, I played a lot of the Fallouts, which I told you before. You know, the Fallouts and the Elder Scrolls and stuff. So I've really enjoyed it. You know, I started my second character. I got to my first character. I got to the new game plus or whatever. You know, I beat the game and started it over and everything, and got the cool spaceship and you know landed it down there on the main planet and walked up, and the annoying fan came chasing after me again, and I was like, oh no, I got to deal with the annoying fan in this one too. What am I gonna do? This is crazy. So I started a new game without that annoying
Oh,
fan following me around. And I've
but
been focusing on the piloting skills with this new one. I've really been kind of working on my build. You know, he's more of a piloting build, a sneak build. You know, I haven't gone into like pickpocketing and theft and stuff like that, but he's really good. You know, stealth sniper kind of build, and he can he's got it gold. You know, all the piloting done for the gold on the piloting skill sets and all that. So yeah, it's fun, man. I mean, I can probably waste another 1,000 hours on that game, and I won't feel like it's a waste of time. So
yeah, as I was saying earlier, I finally, a couple weeks ago, got past that last Ranger mission
yeah,
that I've been stuck on and for
it's a tough
God
one,
knows how
man.
long.
That the sneak sniper skills really helped with that. You know, just being able to sneak around and you get the damage bonus for sneaking. And also, if you're
Right,
not moving, you can turn invisible when you get up there in those skill sets, stuff like that. So, where you can just take pop shots at those guys that you've got to fight in that warehouse and just take them out, one at a time, bit by bit.
right. Yeah, no, my issue was I had like a sliver of health and it saved it, and no matter which way I went, I got shot down and died.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's a tough one.
But I finally got past it. I'm working on the storyline now.
Good.
I met with the Starborn
Oh, yeah.
and found another version of Sam.
Uh huh. Sam, which one's
I
Sam?
just got past that point.
Is he the guy in the cowboy hat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is he the one that died
Yeah,
in your
no.
game? Which one of them
Yeah,
passed away? He's so if
it
you
was
met the
Sam.
Starborn Sam, then that means you let Sam die up on the space station or whatever.
Yeah.
The choices that you make in the quest before that, when the Starborn are attacking you, if you choose to just bail and go save Sam, then you lose the other guy instead. So the choices that you make directly, reflect what you do. So
Yeah, Sam ended up dying
yeah,
on mine.
he died in my first run too.
And
I'm not gonna let him die in my second run though. I like him.
and then I actually met up with the Starborn, the hunter,
Yep.
and boarded his ship, and we had a little conversation. Well,
Had yourself a
another
powwow
version of Sam.
with the other Starborn also.
Yep, and the other version is Sam. So, and that I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, "Wait, what?"
What? This is getting crazy. Yeah, no, it's good. Have you gotten much farther past that?
No, because I need to upgrade my grab,
Oh, you gotta upgrade the grav
and
drive. Because
and I
they'll
have
ask you
not
to
been
pick a
able to.
side, and you can either pick, the hunter's side or the other guy's side, and go from there, or you can choose to go it alone. In my game, I chose to go it alone, and I had to fight both of them, and it was incredibly difficult. But as long as you have the Star Eagle, you'll be able to survive. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about going Sam's way.
yeah.
I'm thinking about it,
Oh, there you go. Do what you want to do.
but so with the 2 planets that I have to go to, is that how you decide?
No, I don't remember exactly what it is. It was a minute ago that I did that quest. Um, but you're right there at the end of the game, so you're almost done with it. You have to go to one planet
Yeah.
to discuss something or get another power or something like that, and then the second planet you go to is the end of the game. So
Because I literally only still have my one power, my anti-grav. That's
that's the only one I ever really used. I use that all the time. I love that power. So you can chase
that's the
around.
only one.
You can chase around. I mean, when you talk to the guy up on the eye, and he gives you the different locations for different powers and stuff like that. You can chase him around and go to the different temples and get the different powers and stuff. I have like 3 or 4 powers on my first character, but I mean, yeah, the one where you can just throw everybody up in the air and push them around. I mean, that one works really, really well. So I ended up getting some
Yeah.
halfway decent rifles and sniper skill sets, and I was able to finish the game with. Really, I didn't use hardly any of my powers.
Yeah, no, like I said, that's literally the only superpower I've gotten so far.
Well, you can definitely beat the game with that if you want to. Trust me.
But yeah, no, like I said, I'm at that point where I just had a conversation with them. I need to upgrade my grav,
Yeah.
and I'm having issues trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, go into your skills and see, when you're trying to upgrade it, it'll tell you why you can't upgrade it. Whether it's too expensive or, if you need a
I
different skill
remember
set or
correctly.
something like that. So you need to just pay attention to exactly what it says you need to do in order to get that grav drive. And then you might have to grind a little bit in order to get to that point, if you have
If I
any
remember
open skills.
correctly, it said shipbuilder level 4 or something like that.
So shipbuilder level 4, you need to do like Class C parts typically, and you shouldn't need Class C parts. You should be okay without that. I think you just need to find the right grav drive that'll actually power you through, and you'll be able to do it. I don't remember if
Because
I
it was,
used the Star Eagle or if I used the starting ship, the one that you start out with. But
Because
I was able to make one of my ships grav drive that far, and you just make that, you know, heck, it could have been one of the Crimson Fleet little jumper ships or something like that. That I just jumped in and said, "Hey, let's put the biggest grav drive I can on you," and jumped right over there. So
right. Yeah, no, because
just once you get
it
there,
wants me to do like
be ready for a fight. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah. If I was
Big
you,
fight?
I would do whatever I could to make sure you were in the Star Eagle when you made that jump. Because if you took the same route that I took, I had to fight two of those starborn starships. It was the Hunter and the other dude up in orbit, and they were not happy with me. So.
And then and then after that, you were a starborn yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you gotta fight them in orbit, and then you've got to land on the planet, and then you've got to fight them all the way through the planet, and you're fighting not just them, you're fighting a ton of other starborn. So, and they all have different skill sets, different unique abilities that they'll hit you with. There's one starborn that can raise the dead, and there's a whole bunch of dead players. You have to go in and kill all these soldiers, and then the starborn shows up and he raises them all up, and boom, you got to fight all those, and on top of that, kill the starborn because he keeps raising the dead all over the place. It's unique. It's fun.
Huh. I'm probably gonna go with this, like I said, the new version of Sam.
Yep, the Sam character.
Because
I forget what it is, the Hunter and the other guy, but yeah, the other guy.
Because the Hunter's the one who attacked me to begin with.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of going with you, buddy. I think you're on my hit list next.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that when you do that, if you have to kill the Hunter at some point, you get one of the Hunter's weapons after that, which is pretty sweet. So
yeah,
I think that'll help you throughout the rest of the game until you get to the New Game Plus.
Huh. That's interesting. But yeah. We can't wait for this Activision deal to go through. Super excited.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Me too. Absolutely.
Especially since it's been over 2 years since Microsoft first talked about it.
Yep.
It's
gonna be fun. We're just gonna have to wait and see, though. I know you're excited, but we gotta just hold off, breathe a little, pray a little if you want to pray, and we'll get through it.
It's the biggest accusation. English would be nice.
Accusation? No.
Yep. Something like that.
Something like that. It's been a long day for both of us. All right.
But it's the biggest purchase. There we go. I'll use that word. In gaming history.
Yep.
$70 billion.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
Is it billion or million?
Billion.
Is it billion?
I think it's like $70.2 billion. Yep.
Yeah, because they had to raise it a little bit because the CMA decided they weren't happy with the original one, so they had to change it up.
Yep.
But yeah, tomorrow should be the big day.
Should be. I guess we'll see.
Absolutely.
I guess we'll have to do another podcast right after the acquisition.
The news break.
I think acquisition was the word that we were looking for. So.
Yeah, because that's breaking news.
Yep, and we'll have to see there.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. You got anything else?
No, I think that's it, man. I think we're good to go. Should probably end it there. Thank you all for listening. I hope you guys find us interesting and that we can keep doing these things. You know.
Yeah, because I know me and T have been talking about possibly in the near, maybe soon. We'll have to see. But we talked about doing like a live YouTube podcast to just kind of test the waters and see what happens.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get some speed bumps covered, and then we're gonna jump straight into the live streaming, and hopefully we can live stream, on Facebook. We could live stream on YouTube, on a couple of the other ones, and really get this moving. We can keep moving up and just keep talking about what we want to talk about with TK Talks, man.
And we've also been kind of talking about possibly moving into a sponsor too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you wanted to get a few podcasts in and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but we did that.
There's no time like the present, so if we
Right.
want to jump on a couple of sponsors, let's do it now and just watch them grow with us. It'd be great.
Absolutely. So definitely keep an eye out for our podcast here, guys, because if it all plans out well, should have some good stuff coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But, alrighty.
Well, this is T.
This is K.
And we're signing off.